What's going on? Welcome into TFEs podcast. Do not judge the quality of this episode by the quality of my voice or the quality of our outfits because we're a little bit under the weather over here. The weather.
Outfits. I think I look fine. I think you look fine too. You don't sound fine though. It's different.
Well, I appreciate you matching my vibe because at first you were wearing something nice and I was like, "Hello, I'm over here like."
Jeans and a
surviving.
Sweater. I didn't know we were going for the vibe match, but I went right down there and changed in 10 seconds.
It was so nice of you. Thank you.
I'm a team player.
Yeah, my voice has been better. It's also been a lot worse. So
yeah. How's your health though? Let's get like the voice. Your health is. I'm concerned.
Yeah. Thoughts, feelings, emotions. Let's go right into feelings. I don't feel good. Little dig man got something. I don't know if he got it first or if you actually got it first because you were feeling kind of weird.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But
I'm happy to be the outbreak monkey in the situation.
As per usual, when you feel bad, it's like you either don't get it or it's like a smidgen of what my body does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is probably the right time to air this out that I didn't tell you because I think it's a different. We've not been. I have not been very forthright with how I felt in the last 6 days to you because your spiral right now, your spiral effect on life when I'm sick or say I'm not right. Your spiral has been a huge high level recently. So I did leave out as you have this look on your face with a real bated breath right now. I know it's gonna. So Saturday morning when I was gonna fly back from Atlanta, your boy was laying on the bathroom floor pouring sweat, wondering if I was gonna throw up because my body felt like I was gonna throw up. It took about 5 or 10 minutes. It passed. I don't know where the sweat came from. I don't know what went on. Got in the shower, cleaned up, got on a plane. We made it. But we had a wobble there. We had a concern.
Interesting.
Do you like that I told people that before telling you that?
Yeah.
I know you're not very happy about that.
I would like the record to show that when he says that I've spiraled about his health, it's when he's told me that his heart is hurting. While driving a car. So yeah, pull over and let me drive us to the hospital with the baby in the back and not you run into the side of the road.
This is spiraling. Let me drive to the hospital.
I was being dramatic about that. Well, yeah, that's not normal for you to have chest pains. It scared me. Well, so yeah, I'll own that spiral.
You will own that spiral? The from my chest hurts for 2 minutes to let's go to the hospital. I
just said I wasn't actually like let's go to the hospital, but I was like, yes, if your chest hurts and we're driving down the interstate with our baby in the back, I would like to be in the driver's seat. I stand by that.
That's fair, but I think I'm in a place right now. I'm a little concerned about telling you about my health because you got a lot going on. And I'm not trying to add any stress to the situation, add any spiral. If I have some real issues, I'll let you know. But right now, telling you like the updates of how I'm doing doesn't seem to be beneficial.
Okay, well, I actually disagree with that, just for the record. I think you should always be forthright with me about how you're feeling as we sit here on our Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions podcast.
Well, physically feeling is different than emotionally feeling. I was emotionally telling you. I was going through it.
But I don't think it's different. Strained. I mean, I think there's a difference in like trying to protect me. And I don't think like you feeling bad doesn't make me spiral unless literally it's your heart because then that scares me, obviously.
It wasn't my sternum, my little chest. I don't know what happened.
It could be your heart. It's your chest. That is the reason to be concerned. And our poor Dig has been sick for like 5 days, and I think I've not spiraled at all, other than in the very beginning when we didn't know.
Yeah, I guess this part of your spiral though is the spiral of text messaging too. Like because we weren't together. You just firing off like what's going on, how are you feeling? Like, that is part of the spiral.
Because you won't answer me, so it makes me spiral more.
And I won't answer you. I said I was fine. I'm fine. I can't get into it
fine.
But it doesn't help me.
Is there a worse word than fine? You just said
as
I
we said on this pod before.
Yes,
I'm fine. So there's some element. I did not say you looked fine.
You did. I said you looked fine, and you look. And
you want to get into this? Before this went on, I was talking about not. I thought you looked great. All right.
What?
Before we get in. Yeah, so get the hell out of here with fine. I was ready to go.
I'm just saying on the podcast, you just said, you look fine. I look fine.
Well,
you did say nicer things to me before the podcast.
Exactly. So I think we're parsing
a little more
fine
colorful.
Right now. Although very colorful and very unsatisfied or unfulfilled. But I will say that, yes, what I'm saying I'm fine in that instance, it's because if I tell you I'm not, then you're not helping me do my job. I'm at work. And it's not helping me to continue to update you or then handle your spiral while I'm trying to stay focused. Let's just get through it.
Well, you're not helping me do my job as a mother if you don't tell me how you're actually feeling when I'm trying to mother children that are at least one child that is sick and navigate that.
This is an abnormal move for me. This was I know this was we very much do stand on sharing everything on a relationship. I think we found a little wedge issue right now that I'm a little uncomfortable. I'll share everything with you. But if I'm sick, apparently I'm not. It's not helping right now. It's not helping what's going on.
Well, you don't get sick a lot either. And I have been crazy when Dace is sick or just anything. I mean, honestly, it's really about, I hate to talk about throw up all the time, but as he sneezes.
Thank you. Wow. Whoops. God. Sorry.
This episode, I'm like.
This is sexual. This is some good stuff.
That's one word for it.
Yep.
Okay, yes. So I'm feeling sick. You are feeling better. It is weird though, because like what you felt, like me, Dace, nor Lyra have like had the same things that you felt. So your body obviously had a different reaction to whatever this cold thing is that we have going on. Feelings, thoughts. I'm not mad at you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's fair. wasn't the best time to air out some dirty laundry. But I feel like on the pod, I'm usually trying to get through your TFEs. I'm just going to keep hijacking them. We are constantly talking about how we feel and what we're thinking and emotions, and we're being positive and being connected. That's also not always, like, that's what we're getting into. But yeah, there's things that aren't
You're perfect. Like, this is a safe space. As I sit here and realize that Dace, you hear the background noise? Dace is just going off in my pocket. Let me turn him down.
There you go.
Thoughts. Some of my thoughts are centered around sports, A of all because I have to work like 9 hours tonight and we're trying to navigate that and then turn around and have a flight super early in the morning with no sleep and then host shows down there. So we're trying to figure that out. And then thoughts also just around this weekend with it being championship weekend and the college football playoff, and the ACC has had an interesting year and what the hell is going to happen this weekend.
Nice way of putting it.
Yeah. The best way to put it, and Coach Rick talks about it all the time on our show, is like any team that it like has the chance to like just do something and take care of it and do what they're supposed to do, they're the team that screws it up. Like, oh, you can win, go to the championship, we're gonna open the door for somebody else. Oh, now you can win, oh, now we're gonna. It's like this ripple effect. So that's why I think Duke's probably gonna win this weekend, because Virginia is the better team with the better year. Duke's a good team. They just have, when they turn the ball over, they've had like, it's which version of the team are you going to get?
That's not like Kels. They're 7-5. That's not a good team. When you're inconsistent, that's a hallmark of an average team.
Yes, when they're good, they can be a good team. But the problem is they're not consistent.
It's not a good team.
I agree. So lots of thoughts around that, and then emotions. I think despite the chaos of work and the chaos of being sick and the fun chaos of last week and traveling and you working and us being so busy doing things with the kids too, I'm just like excited that it's the holidays. Yeah. Like, I love Christmas. I love spending time with family. I love getting to do magical things for the kids. The elf made her appearance, and by God, she already almost died.
Do we tell the audience her name?
Oh God. Okay, yeah.
So this is, now we got to understand Lyra's obsession with Ariel.
Obsessed
with the Disney princess mermaid Ariel. So I had not really heard her use other like versions or try to make other names. She just names things Ariel, and that's just was part of the deal. But last year we get on December 2nd, 2024, as the Elf on the Shelf made her first appearance at the house, and you named the elf and read the book. I want to name her Areola.
And I'm standing by her while she's writing it. I look over at you like, what are we doing? Are we riding this out, or are we going to tell her? And what do you do?
I went nipple out.
You flash me in the camera. You just, Areola!
Areola! Sweet.
Oh, God. Which now, anytime I tell anybody the story, because I was at work yesterday when the story we're about to tell happened. And so I was like, oh, and I'm reading the text and our elf. And I was like, well, actually, backstory on the elf. So Lyra loves this, and the name is there, and people like think it's hilarious. I'm like, when is Lyra going to hate us for letting her do that?
She's not going to hate us. I think at some point, I mean, it's like, for me, it was probably 6th grade health class. You learn the official name of a nipple. So we got about 5 years here. But when she does,
some snot-nosed boy's going to tell her before then.
Do you think a snot-nosed boy knew areola? Do you think?
Probably.
No. Like, you just know nipple. Like, I don't know. There's like, come on.
That's
like,
true.
There's no. That's not a it's not like, honestly, it's not like other names for penis that you know. Like, but you know the main name too. Like that's the technical term. Nipple is nipple. Nobody don't know the technical. Areola is not really discussed very much. So I can't wait for her to find that out and be like, why did you guys let me do that?
I can wait for her.
Because you were so excited. And what you didn't realize, Lyra, is Dad was running around the house yelling areola all the time and pulling his nipples out to mess around. Thought it was hilarious.
And then Lyra loves this elf so much that when the elf was gone, I probably at least once a month she talks about the elf.
I think you're underselling it. I think
at least
it was twice a month minimum.
And it's, I miss areola. What do you think Areola's doing right now? Do you think Areola's thinking about us?
When do you think she's gonna come back?
When's Areola coming back? Oh God.
I'm like, baby, mine are ever present. They are
and then I got a video yesterday because she came in before you did. And she was like, I gotta tell Daddy Areola's here. She runs to the back door and it's cold, so she just barely opened it and stuck her head out and she goes, Daddy, Areola's back. So cute.
Yeah, I opened that door. I did not hear that because I opened the door and she was just like, and she was supposed to be, yes, carrying a little bit of a sickness and didn't go to school, but she opens the door. Like, I just picked her up and we just got back to our house. And long story short, the energy level she went from in the car when I was driving with her to where it was whenever I grabbed the bags. I come in. We're not together for 30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
I walk in that door. This girl looked totally normal, sounded normal, screaming about areola, bouncing off.
Playing, excited to see Dace. I'm very excited for the elf until I was at work and I got a text where apparently Lyra said, "Who secured the wreath?" The things that she says as a 7-year-old.
Who secured
because
the wreath?
Areola was sitting on a wreath on our window, which is a new addition to our Christmas decorations this year, and had candy hanging from her feet because, of course, you can't touch the elf. So Ariel is very smart to have the candy hanging from her feet to give it to Lyra.
You're so creative, babe.
Ariel is so creative.
Yeah.
And the whole wreath, though.
Yeah, right next to the kitchen sink. And it must have happened at some point that I didn't see
How did you pick her up?
So I said to Lyra, I'm like, Lyra, I can't get it. I'm like, hold on. I got the tongs from the barbecue
Good.
tongs.
I was going to say that. Okay, yeah.
Of course. I was like, I think I said I'll extract her. Don't worry, babe. Well, who secured
was
the wreath?
she in the sink?
Yeah, she was sitting in the sink. So I took her out with the tongs, put her to the side. Dace can't reach her. I'm like, don't worry. Dace is not going to reach her. Nobody's going to touch her. And then she'll move. And that's when we had the conversation when she moves and what's going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And then we woke up in the morning. She was in a new spot. Okay, well done.
Well, I'm glad that it all worked out. When you told me that Ariel had fallen, I couldn't stop laughing, first of all. And then I also just could not get over the pure distraught look on her face that was probably happening because last year she almost touched Ariel, as she thought, and she and Lyra never cries. Immediate tears because, oh my God, I think I touched her. Just so you know, I heard a story, and this is for other parents out there. Who just told me this last night? Somebody in a kindergarten class or whatever. Somebody walked in and didn't know about the elf and picked them up, and all of the kids were like, "No, what are you doing?" And so one of the other teachers was there, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get her back to the freezer right away so she doesn't lose her magic and she can go back to the North Pole." And so they put her in the freezer. So just in case anything ever happens, we'll put her in the freezer. She's going to the North Pole.
It's good to know. Within that book, though, if you read that page, it does say if you touch her, might lose.
I noticed
magic.
that when we just read it today too, because it didn't say she will.
Yeah, it's not a lock. Lock. She might lose her magic, so we can prevent the magic loss. But the tongs were used. Areola, in all her glory, was saved.
Areola was not touched.
Areola was touched, which is unfortunate for me today, but not for Lyra's.
It's early.
Elf, thank you, babe. People are like, you guys are disgusting. You're both snotting on each other. That's love, folks. That's love. Yeah, okay.
All right, what else you got?
Oh, I didn't even start yet. Thoughts. My TFEs. So thoughts. I'm concerned about you, honestly. I think that's your spiral, as I joke about one thing. This is a lot, a taxing on your body to go to work, to be there for these many hours. And I've done it too, where you get home at midnight or whatever, and you're turning around on a plane at 7 a.m. means you're up at 3. You're sleeping for 3 hours. You're not resting your body, not resting your voice. You got hours tomorrow. You tend to lose your voice when you're sick. So I'm concerned about you and this whole process you're about to endeavor on. I
think I got on comfy clothes and fuzzy slippers.
Thank God. That's really going to help your body recover. I always say whatever's on the outside actually makes your body feel better.
I was going to tell you not to make me cry today because my nose will run, but don't make me laugh either because then I cough.
Excellent. You haven't coughed at all. It'd be great. You sound fantastic.
Really?
I don't think since we've been doing this, you've been coughing.
I have.
Well, before we did it, you literally coughed every 10 seconds for 12 minutes. So
I'm in game mode right now.
It's interesting how your bodies can do this. All right. Well, maybe you'll be fine tonight. You'll be fine tomorrow and the next day. I mean, I know you will be. But still, I don't love that. I'm not concerned about the next couple days with Dace. Juggling a little work with the Dace man, but Dace has got great babysitters. So
I was going to say, is that because we have a sitter keeping him both
When I realized
days?
I have the morning to actually continue to prepare for my job, I was like, holy crap, look at this found time. This is going to be amazing. I can get stuff done from 9 to 1. I'm really excited about that. Emotions, I feel a little bit more emotionally re-energized. I feel like Thanksgiving week was so much, and we'll get into that. It took a lot out of us. Obviously, everybody's physically taking a toll on us. And I think emotionally took a bit of a toll on us and you and I. Because it's like we're together the whole time, but with the kids, but we're not like making time. We have no time for each other in that stretch. So I feel like a little bit emotionally like, coming back. I think we were kind of spent the last couple of days. And I guess it's feelings. I feel like emotionally like buoyed a little bit or trying to be a little bit, but at the same time like sad that you're going to be gone the next couple of days. But I'm excited about the season because I do think when you come back from this trip, we have some days here and some cool things planned. We're going to Florida to visit my family. We'll still be together. And then we have the next week together again with Lyra and everything. So I feel like I'm looking forward to I love the season. I'm excited about the season. Christmas music is starting to be played. You seem to be very picky about what I play and what's on that list. I think we need to work on our playlist to get you feeling.
Well, yeah. When there's this random Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song
that's one song.
That's about. That out. I that's it about. Out. I'm trying to find a dinosaur. I'm like, this isn't Christmas.
Oh yeah. There's 11 hours of songs. Do not
make fun of my voice right
now. There's 11
now.
hours of songs. It's one random song that somehow gets stuck in that playlist. I already took it off. That's your complaint. I feel like you have a broader playlist complaint. I think we need to get more songs that you want to hear into the playlist. Or maybe reorganize it away, maybe pare it down to get more things that you get excited about.
Can we talk about briefly the Lyra Hallelujah was playing yesterday. Mm-hmm. And that's a very heavy, emotional, real song. Yeah. But what version of Hallelujah is it? It's Hallelujah. Because there's a lot of different versions of that song. I want to make sure people know the one we're talking about.
The Pentatonics was who was singing
that
version. But...
And then she's like, this is a scary song because they say XYZ. And I was like, yeah, I don't even know how to explain that because they do. Like talking about tie you to the kitchen chair. Some pulled her hair. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We'll go to the next song.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I love that song, though. I think it's so beautiful and it has had different meanings for me through the years.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it because you listen to the word, like it shouldn't be like, I don't think it's not a Christmas playlist song, but it's on there because I feel like you obviously Hallelujah. There's reasons you hear
like the Hallelujah chorus and
you hear that at this time of year, but maybe not. It's maybe not the best for our.
That was interesting.
Playlist.
Something else as you make fun of my voice.
I wasn't making fun of your
what
voice.
Level of a manly raspy voice is a good sexy level?
All of them for you. You can talk however you want. Babe. You can be a mute. I'm into it. I don't care. It's great.
I'm serious.
It's all good. It's great.
So you like it when I like wake up next to you right now and I'm like, good morning.
It's not far off how you normally sound. It's okay.
That's not true.
Okay.
All right. You mentioned Thanksgiving in that week and we had a ton of fun. There were so many, I think, different like core memories that we made, and especially that Lyra made. And Dace will probably never remember because he's just still a little nugget running around, bossing us around all the time.
It's not. Would you stop with the probably won't remember? He won't remember.
Lyra has a crazy good memory from when she was younger.
They've done the studies, and like 18 months it's beyond your brain's comprehension for long-term memory. Now, like to really have clear core memories of things. Lyra's, I think, is around 2. She starts to have certain memories. And she definitely does around 3, clearly, because there was a big change in her life in terms of, separation and where, like, there are dividing moments in her life that mark it, and she has a good memory. That's different. 18 months, that girl don't remember anything. She don't know anything. So,
well, I don't remember anything from, like, 18 months to 36, so.
You don't?
I have a terrible memory.
I know you do, but you're like, that has no impact. You think that is true, but because you don't remember things clear from a year and a half to 3 years old is a totally different thing. Your memory sucks, but I don't think one has anything to do with the other.
Well, no, I'm just saying, there's like a lot of things that I don't remember from being a child. I have a bad memory. Are you going to love me if I have Alzheimer's in like 10 years?
Absolutely. I'll go play 18 and tell you I didn't play golf in days and do it again. Babe, of course. And yeah, that's not my grandma. That's not really anything to joke about. That shit sucks. There's nothing worse, but I would never stop loving you and try to have our own notebook every day.
Oh, I love that movie.
It'd be great.
What do you want?
Don't cry, Kelsey.
What do you want? It's not that easy. Okay.
More like, what do you want?
What do you want? It's not that easy. I did an acting class to that.
Didn't we do this on the pod? Didn't you tell me?
We didn't do this on the pod. We did this just in real life. And you're like, what are you talking about?
And when she told me she did an acting class, I almost fell out my chair.
That was great.
And you're humble too. I mean, I couldn't get over it. I wish there's.
If I say I'm great, then I'm not actually great. Okay. Just for the record,
I would have loved the footage.
I think it was good though.
Okay, I would have loved the footage.
You went from good to great.
You went from great sarcastically to good real quick. By the way, there. But okay.
Yeah, that's a downgrade.
I know, but you made it sound like when you said great, it makes it sound like that's bad, and then you went to good. So you wanted to make it clear that I wasn't great, being facetious, but I was good. I
did pass.
Okay, I'm sure that says a lot.
All right, so Thanksgiving. So it was a lot of fun. We did a lot of different things. I definitely think we had some core memories, especially for Lyra.
Yeah. She loves trips, loves experiences.
She loves experiences, and just because her world is two worlds, I think she appreciates when she's able to be a part of those big experiences because she's missed some with us that we haven't wanted her to. So she was super excited for the family trip, so it was good. But you touched on something of like, and I think I brought it up on maybe it was our last day there. Like we were together every day, every single day, and obviously you had to work some. But we were together every single day. But I was like, I don't even know that you and I have had a serious conversation, much less like any time for us. And I think it like made me think bigger picture. Because you and I have always been like, we're going to make sure that we prioritize us. And I think we, big picture, do a good job of that. And I think like a happy life means we're doing what we need to do for us. Because that's a good model for the kids to see. I want them to like grow up seeing love and what respect and fun and nurture out of partners. But it also, I think, makes us better parents because we're in tune. And I feel like we got away from that a little bit that week because it was so focused on what can we do? Like, okay, we're getting this in for the kids. We're doing that. And days is nap time. And oh my gosh. And that's part of why I was spiraling because I was like, if he gets sick, we can't do this and that. And Lyra wants to do this. And what am I going to do? And when you're at work and da-da-da-da. And I think that was part of the spiral last week was for me, the pressure. Of wanting everything to go well for them, which put more pressure on us for no reason. But I think it's a bigger picture thing of like the pressures of the holidays and like how do you prioritize what during the holiday time when like, let's be honest, the holiday time is not a happy time for everyone. It's hard and challenging in different ways. But it was kind of eye-opening for me. Just to think, okay, when we do family vacations in the future, even when they're busy and even if they are in Disney World geared towards the kids or whatever it is, what about us? Because that makes the best version of us for them.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I think part of the challenge was the schedule. When I come home, you guys are asleep. But when everybody's awake, we're trying to do all the stuff. We're going to puppet shows and we're going to aquariums. And
yeah.
The people, when I told the guys I was working with, like, you're doing what?
Yeah.
Like, just completely out of my freaking mind. But we are doing this in a manner by which, A, it's very different than I had done this previously in my life. And then this is by choice. And B, we want Lyra to have a special experience. We want to do things together. So it was worth the investment of time, energy, and effort to make it happen. And thank you for planning those things and finding that stuff because I wasn't going to do it. Didn't have the bandwidth, didn't think about it as much. So it set us all up to have good times and good memories. That said, part of the problem is when you go through these stressful times, these periods, there are usually the kids are in bed. It's the end of the night. Now we have our time. Or there's even a window to put, Lyra watch a show while Dace is napping. We have our time. But when we were awake, we were doing stuff. And there was never a window. There wasn't a window for us to chill. The only night was Thanksgiving night when I wasn't working. But by that point, we were both cashed. I think we fell asleep at 9:30.
Yeah.
It was we were just done. Our bodies just shut down. So yes, I think how do you, as we go through these next 3 weeks, I think that's a big priority for me and for us, is to like figure out, all right, how do we make sure that we are maximizing our time together with Lyra, but also finding our time together too for you and I. And you use the word pressure. Let me ask you, like, why do you think you feel the pressure to, like, because I feel it too. It's not exclusive. Why? What do you think where do you think the pressure is coming from to like deliver whatever we think needs to be done? I would say ultimately primarily for Lyra, because as you said, Dace won't remember stuff. I know we want certain pictures and experiences for him too, but it seems like the pressure is really about delivering for her.
Yeah. I think it's because she's older, obviously, and so she has more, well, I would say more of an opinion, but the meltdown that I just saw from Dace when I tried to help him take his jacket off the other day, because that's what I thought he wanted. I'm finding out he's very opinionated lately. She has more of an opinion. I know she's going to remember it. I think there's certain pressures, just in the co-parenting situation of wanting to make sure that she has a good time, and she doesn't relay everything that she does here, and so then it's pressures of making sure that she's actually having a good time. But it's silly.
Do you think because let me, before I ask this question, I 100% feel it. I do think it's born out of only having her for half each week. It is,
yeah, you want to make the time count.
It's born out of having a maybe it's sad, a little bit of a competitive piece to make sure that when she looks back on her childhood, I know she's going to be like, well, when I was with Daddy, I know I had fun, and I can only control that, or I know I did this, or I had these experiences, or I learned this from him, or I took this away from him and Kels, and here's what I want. Like, I want to have that like impact on her. And with the holidays, a lot of times it is joy, it is fun, it is memories, it is those type of things that I'm trying to, like, I feel like, yeah, like a pressure and a need to do that. And I guess the question I was going to ask is, do all parents feel this way, or is this because of our situation? And for me personally, like historically, how I'd done things in the past and trying to do like life differently. I'm not saying we're unique, but are we in the minority of doing this, or do all parents feel this way around this time of year?
I don't know, because I'm not all other parents, obviously, but to try to talk
to, I guess.
Yeah, to try to. I mean, I think all parents feel pressure around the holidays, and pressure in different times. How many activities is your child competing in? What are they doing? Oh, your child is doing that. My child is 2 months older and they're not doing that yet. Like, there's pressures because you want to make sure that you're giving your children the best life that you can.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily has to do, like, when you say competition, and I know you're saying like maybe that's like in the back of your head. I don't think it's competition. I just think it's like wanting to make sure that you did the best job. There is no more important job that we will ever have in our life than to get to be a parent. There's none. So to feel like you're doing that right when every single day is just a series of decisions and figuring it out, and different challenges and different blessings, it's a lot. So I do think parents feel the pressures. I think some probably deal with it better. I think as you have more kids, you probably realize, like, okay,
yeah,
like, I was so worried about XYZ with the first one, even with Dace, like from being, bringing him home to now, the amount of passies I've had to pick up on the airplane ground and just wipe them off or throw them in my mouth and give them to him before I was going through 12 passies. Not that that's why we're all sick, but I think you learn more about like what does and what doesn't work. But I do think all parents feel pressures. I think it's just like a society. Some people just probably deal with it better. And then honestly, some people mask it better and pretend like they don't feel those pressures.
Yeah. I think I do think too, part of our dynamic that is interesting, obviously, is like, it's Dace is still your first child. Like there's a difference in an approach that like I joke about the spiraling and stuff. There's still things there that are different for a first time mom. That this just is. I think too. I think that obviously our society is different. We touched on this a couple weeks ago, talking about like, preparing using that word, preparing Lyra for life, and like wanting to try to shift focus to that, or at least that was my take. I just don't think my dad probably felt any pressure around the holidays. Like his job was like, are you getting something? Yeah. Are you fed and happy? Yeah. Like, it's not my job. Like I think it was kind of the conversation we had before. Not my job to entertain you, or like, yeah, we'll go, to vacation and we'll create some memories. But vacation's also for me too. I'm tired and I've worked a lot and we want to go somewhere nice. Like there was just a different approach that I think like I would love to ask him if they actually felt like pressure on the holidays. I know my mom did, because my mom was the one planning what kind of gifts, what do you do this, where are they going to be, how are we going to. So I know she felt pressure around that, but it was I don't know if it was all these experience. I don't remember doing all this other stuff. It was just it all built to Christmas Day and like delivering, like making sure we had some presents, but all these different. We want to do a tree lighting and we got to go to this Polar Express and we're doing this and we're going to like all these different things. I just don't recall our family doing any of that. It was just, you existed until Christmas, and Christmas was the thing. So I'm not saying we need to go back to that world, but understanding no matter what, like, she's going to have fun, and we're going to have fun. There are some special surprises along the way, but I hope we do find some days where we're just hanging out. Like, and that could be a good thing too. Yeah, yesterday was cool too. Just decorating the tree and hanging out was good.
I don't feel pressures around like we need to do this activity or that activity. Like I want to do those things. The one activity that we did was we used to go see the lights at the shout out to the James Island County Park, the light show. Maybe we'll go while we're there.
Okay. We're already planning. So go ahead.
I don't feel pressure with those things. I want to do things. If anything, I feel pressure because we don't have enough days to do those things. How many times have I talked about Glow Wild at the Beardsley Zoo? We're not going to be able to do it. We're going to miss it again this year. I don't feel pressure to do it, to like say that we did it or post it on Instagram. I want to have those like core memories with the kids because I want those for us and for them.
Therein lies the difference. I think we may have just hit a bit of the difference. I have no interest in going to the Beardsley Zoo for me. Like I know you want to go, and I think like Lira would like it, but if I never walk through that light show, I'm good.
Yeah, like, but you don't think that there's a part of you. It's not like I need to see the lights, but I want to see how excited they are. For me, I want to see how they experience it. That's the joy for me.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun with those things too. I guess there's certain things. There are things definitely that I guess for example, like Lira brought this up yesterday. She's like, we have some family traditions. We watched Olaf's Christmas Adventure, very good 25-minute Frozen spinoff on Disney Plus. I watched that with her since probably 2019. It's one of the first things I remember watching with her, probably when she was like 2. But she was like, Daddy, we have a tradition. We go see the house in Roseville. She like knows the name. I always forget the name. She's like, we go see the Roseville house with all the lights. I met Santa there one year. I'm like, yeah, that we do that. And that's the thing we'll again do this year. Like that I do, I get, and I'm cool. It's just because maybe this is the lazy part. It's easy and it's free. It's 5 minutes from our house. It is in a remarkable light decorations on these people's houses in their
Google
backyard.
It if you haven't seen it.
It's unbelievable, and so it's cool. It's cool. It's simple. We can donate some money to the charity for them to keep doing it. That's it. Like it's the heavy effort, investment, the cost of some of these things, and I'm like, I don't get it, but I feel pressured to do it.
From your wife?
Sometimes at Beardsley, they like, you want to know, like there are certain things like you want to do, and I know you want to do them, like this Polar Express. I don't want to do that.
It's gonna be awesome.
We're
going to North Pole.
I've heard it's not awesome. So
I've heard it's great.
Every dude has complained about it, so it's like that sounds very similar. We live in that world where dudes will bitch about stuff, but ultimately, did part of them enjoy it or whatever? Yeah, I'm sure it's something. But this is what, an hour drive?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an hour plus drive, I believe. How long we're going to be in this, I don't even know what we're doing, like in this train car. And I hope she has an amazing experience. But like this seems like so much. It is so much of an investment of time, money, energy for this thing. Where I think there's so many things we can do here to go back to like how do we prioritize like what makes sense and what still has impact here that are small that go a long way. Like building traditions. Like Lira loves making cookies. I love making cookies with her. Cost $8. They're delicious and it's something that we do. Like that, those things make sense to me more.
I think I don't disagree with you, but I also think you don't it's not like I'm putting a price tag on traditions, but I also think sometimes Lyra has an interesting view of traditions. You know, she's like, this is a tradition. It's like, well, we did it one time before, so that doesn't necessarily make it a tradition.
She wants to make it
she likes the idea of like calling things a tradition, even if we haven't like actually made it a tradition.
Well, they got to start somewhere. And if she wants to do it every year, and that's something.
Yeah. So the North Pole will be a tradition every year, is what I'm hearing you say.
Oh my
God. What do you think about, like, we talked about prioritizing, and I mean, we talked about pressures a little bit, but like, what's the balance of how you prioritize us, family, work? Like, how does that all factor in around the holidays? Because we've talked too about how much, excuse me, I feel like the holidays or any kind of deadlines, timelines, they also feel like a measuring stick sometimes. You know, it's for people, I say it's not always easy. I, have friends that's like, the holidays are hard because you thought you would be here at this point, or your birthday's hard because you thought that you would have XYZ, or, it magnifies the good and the bad in your life, depending on like where you're at in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like it's been a journey the last couple years. And I think last year I was really grateful and emotional about Christmas with you guys. Cause it was like, wow, was this going to be my life? Was this how it was going to be? I had no idea, as I, kind of chose a different path a few years ago, and finding you and then building our family together and our life together. Like, I was like, this is what I wanted. And full disclosure, the therapist earlier, I just got off therapy earlier, and she was like, when I said something about Thanksgiving week, and I was like, man, but I'm never doing that again. She goes, I don't want to hear that, because I sat with you in the very beginning, and this is exactly what you wanted. You wanted a partner that would go and live life to its fullest with you, and push you in different ways, and make you feel different, and look at the world differently, and be a partner on these adventures that you want to take with you and your family. Well, that's what you just did. You're all sick and you're tired, but this is what you be careful what you wish. This is what you wanted. I'm like, you're right.
I love my girl, Kathy.
There you go. I think you're right. And I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad we did it and experienced it. But with an 18-month-old, we're never doing a trip like that again. But we did it. And that's important. And we will look back years later and say that we've done it. I'm sure we will laugh about that and be like, that was nuts. But yes, we have some great memories from that. I say all that to say, like, how do we, like, prioritize you and I in this period of time is hard. And I do think it literally, like I was saying, I'm like, I think I need to look at the calendar and like understand where there are our days to like sit on the couch. And if some of the prioritization may be like, yeah, you're working that night. Should Dace go to a daycare that day? So that like for half the day. So we have some time just to reconnect, to sit there, to go to lunch, whatever it may be, to have some time to be, in this season together that doesn't involve, chasing Dace or talking about areola or talking about a present or whatever. Maybe different areola time. That we need to find that.
Because you're so deprived.
I didn't say I was. Nothing wrong with more. But I think there has to be like a concerted effort, because otherwise we'd end up being and feeling a little bit like we did in Thanksgiving week at times, feeling disconnected. Which is not how we want to feel. Because I think when we get disconnected, we also end up, I think I'm very much a perpetrator of this, of being shorter, of being more curt, of not being as kind or as patient. And all that just contributes to more problems for us. And the irony is when they're more disconnected, I'm being less of a good partner is really not helpful. So I think recognizing that, but also trying to adjust to that is important, but also let's not treat the symptom, maybe treat the disease. Like, let's try to not feel disconnected. And how do we do that? Is like really trying to prioritize ourselves. And I think for our lives, it takes actual scheduling the time, like really looking at it and being like, well, I'm gone these days. We're gone together for 4 days. How do we maybe have some of our own time during that? Like, how does that work? I don't know. But we need to like talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's not even like some big picture necessarily. Like last week, we should have just done a better job of like when we were together, like being more affectionate and sitting by each other on the bed or holding it, like little things too. I don't think it always has to be like we need time to go on a date, but like we are so connected on a daily basis That if we're like, we have to leave in 5 minutes, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that. Okay, like, now you haven't had time with Dace, so you play with Dace for a little while. Okay, you haven't had time with Lear, so you're with Lear for a little while. I'm with him. Then it just turns into this juggle of like, okay, but the one thing that we're missing is that like time that like we're partners in all of this together. And that's what matters most. Because then I think you're right. I think we both just like get caught up in like our own shit. And it's like, I have this to deal with. You have this to deal with. Yeah. And then we're like, oh, I'm doing this and you're doing that. So December is interesting because we have a lot of travel. Like you mentioned, I'm going this weekend and then we're going to Florida and then we'll be here with Lyra and then we'll go to Charleston.
I'm also in Atlanta for 4 days too.
Yeah, you have some trips to Atlanta too. And we're working a bunch here and there in the midst of all of it as well. But I don't feel like, I just feel excited about December. I don't really feel like stressed about that timeline. I think December's harder because we've been like, let's do this with our friends. And I look at the calendar and there's there's no days to do anything, to go to dinner, to schedule anything.
I'm aware.
It's like, we'll see you in 2026.
Yeah. Well, that's what prioritizing is. It's choosing, and it is. And I think in this moment of time, or this month, like, the prioritization has to be us, because all the default goes to family heavily in this period of time, and not just, I'm not saying our immediate family, my family in Florida, your family in Charleston, like those are investments of time and energy and days gone that you can't spend with friends. But that's like, okay, like maybe that's something we part of the conversation. It's like, all right, let's look to January and let's really figure this thing out and try to look at the calendar and say, let's ask them, like, let's schedule shit with them too way in advance, because that might just be how we're going to have to live our life, especially during basketball season for you and for me, that it's a little more crazy to be like, this is the season by which we can still feel that we are connected, that we're prioritizing each other, but also, having those other outlets we want to have. Because we have said that there's a bunch of different couples. We want to see this, we want to do that. Mm-hmm. It's just, there are not enough days in a week.
Yeah. You mentioned that you weren't totally forthcoming about how you were feeling lately.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
No, but I'm like, let's go. This is great.
Do you think that wives should hide Amazon boxes from their husbands this time of the year when so many things are about to show up at our house?
No, we already set the record for the whole Fairfield Amazon deliveries weekly. We've already gone over this. Per weekly Amazon packages.
If you think we set the record, you're about to be very, very, very overwhelmed.
I mean, I've pulled the neighborhood and all the guys here. Your number of deliveries is astronomically higher than anybody else's.
Not true.
Astronomically. We have basically a standing date with our Jack across the street to come put him in our house when we're traveling because it's so excessive. So get out of here with that. Like, yes, we have a ton. You're going to have boatloads more. I really wish we did have better alignment on gifts around this time of year. We just talked about this morning. Dace has way too much crap already, you said, and I couldn't agree more. But you're buying more crap for him.
No, I'm not.
I would love to get aligned on whatever, more specifically, what we're really trying to get Lyra, because as she's struggling to figure out what she wants to ask Santa Claus for, that is a telltale sign of a girl that has too much. When you can't think of what you want to ask Santa Claus for, you got a lot of stuff.
Because
Lord knows I had a list.
Not one thing was coming to her mind.
I had a list building out in July and then August. Now my list would end up being cold. I mean, I might have 7 things. You get it down to 3. But whatever. I had things.
I was going to say, that's because she's sweeter than you. She's going to write, like, I want a hug from Dace every day. Or...
That's probably true. How about that yesterday? Total side note. So I was driving the other day with her, and we were in traffic for a long time. And I was explaining to her a little bit about my Christmas experience, and like, were you on the naughty list or the nice list and different stuff? Have I ever told you when I got cold?
No.
So we would go to Christmas Eve Mass every year, and at this point in time, I was probably like 6 or 7, and my little sister's 2.5 years younger than me. So Dana's 2.5 years younger than me, and Dana was a lot. And we grew up in a house where she's one of 5. I'm one of 5, but there's 4 boys and a girl. She's the lone girl. Toughest lady on the planet, and always wanted to play with the boys, and was just a little bit out of her mind since she was like a little girl. And the point of the story is that my older brothers, we were a very physical group, always beating up each other, running around, hitting each other outside, all this stuff. Well, Dana was the same way, but for a little boy to understand, like, you don't hit girls type thing, and she's your sister. My dad had said it many times. I'd been spanked for it previously. Clearly, the message was not resonating with your boy. So I used to sit in the back right seat of this old school Cadillac. My mom drove like a 1970s Cadillac boat that we would be driving around in. Come back from church, we pull up. I open the door, and there's a box there, and there's like a piece of coal on top of it. And I'm like, why is that there? Like, what's that about? I don't know. That's strange. And I'm like, so like the seed was planted, like coal was on the premises. Like, what's going on here? I wake up the next morning, run downstairs in my stocking. First, coal in my stocking. Panicked. And all my dad says is, wow, maybe Santa wants you to stop hitting your sister. And I was like, what? And he's like, did he bring you presents? Like I can remember that feeling of like my whole body felt like hollow. I'm like, did I get nothing? Like I was ready to freak out. And like my mom's like, Dalen, I think your pile's over here. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. But why did I get cold? And I'm upset. And he's like, I think you're hitting your sister. Remember, he sees everything. So he thinks you're nice enough to get presents. But clearly you're on some list, son. You better get it together. So that sent a serious message. And why I tell this story is I was trying to explain to Lyra a little bit about our childhood and asking Santa for gifts and how we would do it. And our family, like she's raised and she's so different than all of us as kids. Like she's this empath and she's super sweet and she's not competitive and she's not physical and she's not cruel and she's not mean. She's not anything that all of us were as boys running around that house. That was just chaos. And so to try to explain her to that, and she was worried about it. Would she be on the naughty or the nice list? And I'm like, girl, you got nothing to worry about. So I'm trying to tell, like, I'm pretty sure Santa knows where you're at. And that's why I use myself as an example. And she was like, so I have a feeling you're going to be asked about that story. Like that's going to, you know, Daddy got cold.
Concerned about
she was like, she was so like worried. So like, but he knows how nice you are. Like, I mean, like she was worried for me as now an adult in like retrospect. It was really funny. But like that, trying to like explain to her this like how I grew up and how we experience Christmas versus how she experiences Christmas and her, it's just so night and day. It's like hard to even articulate it. And she doesn't have like rough and tumble cousins or another family she sees operate like that. Like she just doesn't see it and it's so foreign to her. Just like how I see her growing up is so foreign to me.
Yeah. I would have been traumatized for you. My mom got coal once as a joke from like, I think her sisters did it or something. And she was like, she cried and cried and cried. Lyra was funny when we were filling out the letter to Santa, writing one. Part of it was like, you know, check different boxes. And it was like, I am on the naughty list, nice list. She was just sitting there and she goes, I think this one, the nice list. And I was like, yeah, Lyra, you're definitely on the nice list. Yeah. Like, she's so sweet.
I forget what you asked me before I went on that diatribe about coal.
I don't remember either. That says a lot about the quality of the question.
And the quality of the interviewee, apparently, there. To just to take whatever I wanted to.
Is there a best Christmas gift that you've gotten that you remember?
Grandma used to always give me, she would always, I don't know if she like negotiate with my mom. She's like, I will get him the video game he wants, which was always my favorite gift. Whatever video game it was, I was losing my freaking mind. So that was exciting. I got a PlayStation one year. When we got PlayStation was a big freaking deal. It was like 1997. I don't know about you.
I remember specifically two things because I don't remember a whole lot, like I said earlier. But I remember we got a computer one year and we got it. And I don't remember if it was me or one of my sisters. And we just said, dude, we just got a Dell. Remember that commercial? God, yeah. Dude, we're getting a Dell with Carrot Top, right? Wasn't he the guy that did those?
I don't remember.
I got to Google it. So
I'm
was
picturing the Gateway commercials with the cows. That was
no. Dude, we're getting a Dell. So we got one of those. That was a big deal. And then I'd probably have to say my drum set because that really
you had a drum set?
Kicked off my band career when I was in when I had a band in the neighborhood.
How do I know? How do we not talk about this more?
You know this.
What was the name of your band again?
Bracket. Brienne Riggs and Catherine, Kelsey, Ellen, Trisha. That was the name of the band. So it was
You were the drummer though? The little drummer?
Oh yeah, I was the little drummer girl.
Do you have any drum skills still?
You can't tell, right?
So this is not good.
And then get your little feet going too. My cousin
Are you
gave
done?
them lessons. The heart of a woman is so very strong. It helps us learn from the right and the wrong. It gives us the power. It gives us the strength. It gives us every day that we learn and live. We go to the store. We go to the mall. We shop all day and we still have a ball. We talk on the phone
done? I don't want to keep hearing
day
this.
and night. Then we cruise down the road on our Harley bikes.
Wow.
The heart of a woman is so very strong.
Who was the author of that?
That would be me and Trisha. We really nailed it.
You guys are like a regular Bob Dylan.
Well,
Speaking of a generation.
we were never asked to write the first song, and we were never asked to write a song again, and no one ever sang it except for us. I don't know why, because I feel like we really nailed that. Yeah, but yeah, I was a little drummer girl.
Sweet. You got like a white guy over to bite when you drum. Remember what you're doing here?
Oh yeah, because I'm making sure that I'm focused. So the drum was a big one. It lived out in the garage. I don't even know if it made it a whole year that I played the drum.
Oh, committed. That's excellent. Great.
Yeah, I did great.
This makes more sense now.
Bracket.
Bracket. Sweet bracket.
Gross.
Did you just throw me a snot rag at
I
my
did.
face?
I did.
Did not seem like that deserved that.
If you've stayed with us through all of the coughs and the snots and everything else, we appreciate you. And Dal?
Yeah?
Oh, I was like, what's happening over there?
I was just trying to see the time.
Oh, it says 50.
I get it.
Okay. If you've stayed with us through all of this, I appreciate it. I hope next week the voice is a little less raspy for you.
Do you? As you grab the microphone, you creep. All right. Well, we got to get downstairs, everybody. I do. I hope anybody that's listened to it, maybe they take some time to prioritize their marriage in the next coming weeks too, because it's not easy, but it's a thing that we're gonna have to do. Otherwise, it may not be as joyous a Christmas as we would want. Yes. I'm excited for our time together, and now I'm gonna look at the calendar as soon as we're off and try to find out where our time fits into this thing, even if we can steal some moments.
I think that's the most important, because I think the other thing that's hard about the holidays is you get caught in grand gestures and what are we gonna do and how do we do it? And sometimes it's just like, how do you show up? How do you show up for each other when there's not a lot of time that you have? So
something you said though too, this real quick. I think that's also for me, because I do always think about how do I get on the calendar and block the time? Or what are we gonna do? And sometimes do nothing, which is fine. But I think just your point before, maybe it was just like, how about let's slow down within it? Longer hug. Let's sit down on the couch for a few minutes and let these clowns run around.
More love notes.
All the things that you like and that I like. But how do we do like some of the smaller things that go a long way, or some of the like stolen moments, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes here and there might go a long way, and have to keep that in mind. Because I have the problem of once I'm like trying to figure out like what we're doing and where we're going and what's next, like I don't take a minute to slow down. It's like
you never do that.
Yeah, so maybe that's something I should really focus on here in the next coming weeks.
I was saying you never get caught up in the how, what, when, where, why.
Oh yeah, that's all I do. So like let's try to have maybe a different approach here in a pretty hectic time.
Deal.
All right, love. Let's go see some areolas. Deuces. See you next week.